It's no secret that just about every automaker is more or less gunning to win that coveted electric pickup battle royale. First, there was Rivian with their pretty impressive R1T, and shortly after, our boys from the Blue Oval brought us the F-150 Lightning, which as of today is still by far the most truck-like electric truck out there, if that makes sense. Anyway, we dig it. Yep, it's an F-150 that just happens to be electric, and boy is it expensive. And don't let those misleading headlines fool you. No one is getting one of these things for 40 grand, trust me. In fact, the one you want, well, it's gonna kick your wallet right in the nuts to the tune of about 80 grand or so. But there's hope, and there's some very interesting news to share with you fellas. What's up, Motorheads, and welcome back to Gearbox Pizza. Yep, we're talking pickups again, and that makes sense. We are in the great US of A, and boy do we love ourselves some sweet pickups. For better for worse, we just can't get enough. And here's the problem though, if we look at what's available right now, everything is mega expensive and mega gigantic. The Rivians, the F-150 Lightning, and don't get me started on the Hummer, which is cool, it's actually really cool, but impossible to find for under $1 billion right now, and this is a problem. For electrification to really work, we need good trucks that you can afford without having a wicked jump shot. And there needs to be some regular and small size options also. Alright, so here's the good stuff. Our boys in blue have just recently filed a whole bunch of trademarks for fully electric versions of the little but completely awesome Maverick and its slightly bigger brother, the Ranger. So the Maverick and the Ranger, what exactly are these? Well, if you're unaware, the Maverick is Ford's just about brand new little city truck, and we've covered it already, and we dig it. The price is killer as long as you can find one without a bunch of nonsense dealer markups and packages, but the design is really cool, it's plenty capable, and it's small enough to be at home in the city. Yep, basically it's a big old pile of wind if you ask me. Then there's the Ranger, which is about a foot longer, but not quite as cool or well designed, if you ask me, but that's okay. The F-150 is a little too big and the Maverick's a little too small. The Ranger is gonna happily be that middle bowl of porridge for you. All right, so here's something interesting for you. Ford has filed different trademarks for the US market and the European market. Across the pond, they're going with the Maverick Lightning and Ranger Lightning, which, yeah, makes sense, right? What's interesting though is that over here in the home of baseball, apple pie, 4th of July hot dog eating contests, I know we're known for other things too, sort of. Anyway, Ford has filed trademarks for the Maverick Thunder, Ranger Thunder, and oddly enough, the F-150 Thunder. Yeah, not exactly sure what to make of these names. I mean, look, they're all cool, don't get me wrong, but why? I mean, it would sort of make sense for them to have to use the name Thunder in Europe if the name Lightning wasn't available to use in that market, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So what is this all about? I'm really not sure. You guys have any guesses? Anyway, so what's the takeaway here? Well, on one hand, it's pretty great to see someone going into the electric compact truck space, and come to think of it, I'm not really aware of anybody else working on a small or even mid-size electric truck that isn't like total vaporware. I mean, everybody's focusing on the big boys. Well, I take that back a bit. If you haven't seen the Canoe pickup, do yourself a favor and check it out. I mean, simply put, it's like the bee's knees, and I love it. And although it might be a long shot, but it's awesome. And then there's the price. Again, I implore you to, well, after you watch this, open a new tab and go ahead, build yourself an F-150 Lightning that you'd be happy with. Yep, it's gonna be expensive, very expensive, and look, I'm not sure about you guys, but I sort of got that whole bait and switch kind of feeling once the configurator came out for the F-150 Lightning. I mean, come on. I mean, I was just so stoked when they revealed it. I mean, the F-150 could have and even should have been the Model T of this era. But look, looking back, that may have been a bit of wishful thinking, and I get it. These things are expensive to produce, and actually they're very expensive. And although battery prices have dropped considerably, there's still a long way to go. Couple that with the fact that just about everybody, that is for, except for maybe Tesla, well, they're sort of new at manufacturing EVs. And now think about how long Ford has been building gas-powered cars and trucks. I mean, a very, very long time. And whenever you do anything for that long, you're going to pick up all kinds of efficiencies along the way. Simply put, everyone is still pretty new to all this, and there's still countless breakthroughs just on the horizon which will bring prices down for everybody. Secondly, there's scale. and there's just not enough people willing to drop $100K on a truck. I mean, if you look at what Ford and Rivian are doing, they're not really making very many of these. The electric Maverick and Ranger will change all of that. I mean, an electric Maverick that can be had for around 30 grand? Yes, please. I mean, they'll sell 1 million of them. So I think I may have been a bit premature to crown the F-150 Lightning as the potential Model T of the era. In fact, I think it's much more likely that the Maverick Lightning, or Thunder, or whatever they end up calling it, well, I think that might just tip the scales.
I want some pizza!